I will always be team family, and I will always hope that, Joe does eventually, they work it out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hello? Interesting paint choices. All right, so let's take a little look around. I brought sprinkle cookies for them. Let's put those right here. Let me just see what they eat. Do they own a fruit farm?
Wife swap. Why in the world would you sign yourself up for this, Melissa?
I ask myself the same thing before I did it. I said no before I said yes. I was just like, what? Like, absolutely not. But I am so happy I ended up doing it, Brice. It was more emotional than I ever thought it would be. And it was actually a crazy, learning experience that I didn't think it would be either. It was amazing.
This reality show is kind of the ultimate reality check, but who do you think needed it the most? You, Joe, or your kids?
That's such a good question. I think maybe me, honestly. And it's so different for me too, because you really get to see my kids in this and how they would handle situations when I'm not around. So I was really, really happy and proud to see them, in their element. They participated. Antonia, especially, she was in there, she was almost like a little mini me in the house, honestly.
My next rule is we are going to make a raw vegan dinner.
Raw?
Raw vegan dinner. But you could change your faces because you're gonna like it, okay?
Joe had told me, he's like, wait till you watch Antonia. He's like, and you don't even see the half of what she was saying and doing. And he's like, she was really into it.
We're gonna go by my rules for the next 24 hours. It's Melissa time.
This was also you getting back in front of the cameras after almost 2 years away from them. Was that weird at all? Did it feel strange to be back in kind of Housewives filming mode?
Not really. I feel like we've been doing it for so long that it just comes naturally. I still to this day forget the cameras are even there until they laugh at something I say, or the camera guy starts laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about you. I'm so used to it. And my kids literally, they grew up on reality television. They've been on since, Antonia was 4 years old and the boys were literally infants. So,
well, it's about time for that clip of Antonia asking how old Jesus is to research.
Oh, it's almost time. It's almost time. It's her time of year is coming. I know. That's one of my favorite clips of the show ever.
How old is he?
How old is Jesus? I think he's 89 years old.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
What would you say was the ultimate takeaway or learning lesson from the wife swap experience?
I think it's about, I spend a lot of time with my kids, and Joe and I spend a lot of time with our kids, but we're very fast paced. And it's sit down for a minute, talk to your kids more. It's about quality, right? It's about having conversations along the way. And I really took that away from it. And I cried a lot, Brice. I cried a lot. I cried while I was there. I just fell in love with these kids like you wouldn't believe. I really did. I cried.
Who from the Housewives universe, either your show or the expanded All the Cities, do you think should do wife swap next? Who needs it?
I mean, from my show, I think Danielle Cabral would be funny. She has 2 kids who would be great and be I think that would be funny. From the other shows, who do I want to see swap? Maybe Lisa Barlow. I'd even though, she has her son and everything, but I feel like she would be very funny out of her element, right?
Oh, 100%.
I would love to see her out of her element.
We're all hoping to see you back in the regular element of Housewives. We're weeks out from BravoCon, where I think everyone's very hopeful that some sort of announcement or information is going to happen when it comes to New Jersey. So many rumors floating around about test filming with or without people. How are you feeling about the future of New Jersey and where that franchise is going?
I'm feeling the same way you are, probably. The last thing I heard was we're close, right? So I feel like we're all just crossing our fingers and hoping that whatever they're looking for, they find soon. And I don't know who it includes, who it doesn't include. I'm sure you guys know. They keep us, out of the loop on that. They're never going to let us know what they're thinking or how they're thinking it. Obviously, there was some testing going on and all of that. So I just feel like, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. We're, we always want to go back to Housewives. That's home base.
The rumblings the last couple weeks are that Joe and Teresa have maybe gotten in contact and a ball is rolling. What is your hope of where that nets out? Because you had for the longest time said, it's done.
I mean, I never really wanted that. Obviously, we all needed time apart. I feel like it's very obvious that we were at a place where it was no longer working, right? And I think everyone has watched us try and go up and go down. At the end of the day, Brice, I mean, I want to set an example for my children also. I'm never going to say no. I will never say no, I won't allow this. I'm never going to have Joe. If Joe wants something and it would make Joe happy, and then I am down for whatever will make him happy, it should fix eventually. I do think that. And I would never stand here and say that I hope it doesn't, because I will always be team family. And I will always hope that, Joe does eventually, they work it out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully it's all onwards and upwards from here, get to a happy place and get us away from a kind of toxic fan era of, that has to have been the nice thing of these New Jersey fans are still very loud online, but not having the episodes airing, they're not every day being like, Meliza, all the names.
Oh, all the words. We all have nicknames and yes. It's refreshing, but I think we also kind of we're so past listening to what anyone says on social media. Like, I feel
the skin is this thick of a callus after more than a decade on TV.
Yes, it's so like we don't care. You can write all your things all day. And I think that goes for both sides. Like everyone's wasting their time with negative energy because it doesn't even reach us anymore because anyone who's negative is blocked, right? And then like, we don't even see half of it. So everyone's just like, it's crazy. But I do believe that era of Jersey is over. That real big negative, no matter what path everyone finds to move forward, that era is done. And I think for everyone, I don't think the fans want it. I don't want it. I don't think anyone wants it. I know Joe doesn't want it. Nobody wants that. So I do think the best thing sometimes is to find a path forward and to find a way to heal. I'm never going to be the one that says, I wish anything different. Yes, in heated situations, heated moments on Housewives, do we say a lot of things that we don't mean deep down inside? Of course we do. Of course we do. When you're getting the worst thrown at you, you say a lot of things out of anger. But when you do have time to think about it, it's like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? And anything that anyone has thrown at me, did it work? Did it stick? No. So does it really matter? I think at the end of the day, it's about showing my children that this is not a way to live. And that if anyone, and if I, even including myself, could take accountability for some things that I've done and move forward. And, that's what I want to show my children. I don't want them to think that this is ever a normal way to live. It's not. And and we're not doing it for any other reason if it does move forward other than to show my children that this is the right way to be and this is not how life should be. The toxic energy for anyone is draining and it's not good. And I do feel like we've done a really good job of steering clear of it for now. So
yeah, it's been a pretty quiet almost 2 years, and hopefully wherever this shakes out, cameras or not, it's what's in the best interest of the family. We're headed into sprinkle cookie season. Are we doing anything special for the holidays?
Yes.
It's also the 1 year anniversary of the company.
Yes, of course we are. We're coming out with an ornament for your Christmas tree. So yeah, for all your TikToks. So I'm very excited about that. You know what is so crazy? I never realized how much I didn't go to school for marketing, but I never knew how much I would actually love marketing until, I got into all of this.
If only the Melissa who signed herself up for Housewives all those years ago that was like, I am a housewife. I don't work. Could see
Who was she? Who was that girl? If I only knew that 15 years later, I'd be like, really, girl? Like it's great. And I do love that everyone has watched me evolve over the years I'm a very different person than I was 15 years ago. And I'll say that even with the family situation and the relationships, the way I would handle an argument now is extremely different than I would have handled it then, or even the way I feel about it, or feel about like the importance of what's being said, where before you'd be like, oh, I cannot believe. And now I'm like, all right.
Is there one moment, to wrap up, one moment you would take back that is like lives in your head and you're like, I wish that had not been the thing?
Oh my God, there's so many that I wish I did do and say. And I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassing myself. Like, I've definitely embarrassed myself many times on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. But I mean, I've had plenty of years to do that. So there's a time. I can probably give you a list of things I wish I never said.
Maybe the cheese toss, the big cheese board everywhere.
I mean, I was very frustrated. I wish I didn't clean the cheese. Like, if you're going to throw the cheese, like, stop being so OCD and then clean it up.
Full circle to what you taught Antonia and how she was keeping your house.
Yeah, I'm like, if you throw it, throw it. Let somebody else clean it up. Like, you don't throw it and then clean it up. But, like, that's, so there's that.